So when a president's term wraps up, we usually think that's the end of their leadership story, right? But what if it's actually the start of a whole new and maybe even more important chapter? Today, we're diving into the powerful role of the immediate past president, a position that's less about being in the spotlight and more about creating a lasting impact from behind the scenes.
We put so much focus on the person holding the gavel, but think about this. What if the real measure of a leader is what they do after they pass that gavel on? This is what we call the mentor's journey. We're about to see how taking a step back is sometimes the most powerful way to push an entire organization forward.
And this shift is absolutely huge. The immediate past president, or IPP, goes from being the main decision-maker to a supportive guide. They're not at the head of the table anymore, but they still have a vital seat there. As a full voting member of the club executive committee, their voice, their experience, and their vote are still completely essential to the club's success.
Okay, so what does this actually look like day to day? Well, the first, and maybe most direct, part of the IPP's job is to be the president's counselor. And this isn't about looking over their shoulder or micromanaging, it's about being that trusted source of wisdom, using the power of really precise advice.
Now you've got to pay attention to two little words on this slide: as requested. This is huge. The IPP's power here is all about timing and precision. It's not about blurting out opinions whenever they feel like it. It's about being ready with smart, experience-backed counsel when the new leader actually asks for it. That's what makes every piece of advice so valuable.
And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. While the president is directing, the IPP is supporting. The president leads from the front lines, the IPP guides from a place of deep, lived experience. You see the pattern? It's a shift from holding the gavel to providing that quiet, steady counsel that helps the new president use it wisely.
But the IPP's influence doesn't stop with the new president. Not at all. They have a much broader job to do, acting as both a diplomat and a guardian for the health and harmony of the entire club. This is where the IPP becomes the steadying force for everyone. Their job is to radiate positive leadership, make sure every single member is treated fairly, and step in as a diplomat when disagreements pop up. They really become the role model for calm, impartial leadership, which is exactly what an organization needs during a transition.
And beyond being a diplomat, the IPP is basically the organization's living memory. Because they know the Constitution and the club's procedures inside and out, they ensure things run smoothly. They're protecting the club's integrity, making sure the foundational rules are followed, and helping the new team avoid making the same old mistakes.
Now, this all sounds like a lot of giving back, right? So you might be wondering, what's in it for the IPP? Well, serving in this role is one of the biggest learning experiences a leader can get. It's basically a masterclass in advanced leadership.
Think of it this way. If being president is about learning how to lead, being the immediate past president is about learning how to influence. You move beyond the power that comes with a title and learn to guide things through wisdom, trust, and smart advice. This is where leadership really becomes an art.
And just look at the skills you master. These aren't just basic management chores, these are high-level executive skills. Things like conflict management, giving feedback that's both tactful and useful, and planning for the future. These are some of the most valuable skills you can have in any career, and this role sharpens them like nothing else.
This chart really spells out that evolution. As president, you're all about direct leadership. But then, look what happens in the IPP role. The focus totally shifts. You start building these massive skills in influential and organizational leadership. You learn to see the entire system, the big picture, not just the people right in front of you.
And that brings us to what is arguably the IPP's most important, most forward-looking job, making sure the organization is set up for success long after they're gone.
See, the IPP isn't just advising the present, they are actively building the future. By heading up the club leadership committee, they are in charge of spotting and mentoring the next wave of leaders. They are literally the architects of the club's future, ensuring there's always a strong pipeline of talented people ready to step up.
And in the end, that's the real legacy of the immediate past president. They are that crucial bridge between what the organization was and what it's going to become. They honor the past by using all its lessons to build a stronger, better future for everybody.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. We're always drawn to the leaders who are front and center, in the spotlight. But maybe, just maybe, the truest and most impactful leaders are those unsung heroes working quietly in the background, making sure that light never, ever goes out.